Alright, welcome back to another episode of Andrew's Garage. Today I will be getting these fenders ready and getting them painted on the inside and clear coated on the outside, getting ready to put back on the car. So these have been sitting out in my driveway for a little bit. Now I will pull this off here, and that'll be getting painted black, but the rest of it is going to be matched with the rest of the car. So inside of the fender wells are going to be painted that gray color, and the outside is going to be clear coated. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the process. So it's just soap and water in a bucket and a scratch pad, and as long as you wash it down real good with the scratch pad and the soap and water, and then you use wax and tar remover before you clear coat, it will adhere to what's there. Now if you look on my current car here, you can see it's nice and adhered, and the places that it wouldn't adhere you can actually see. So this is permanent. There's no bubbling, there's no flaking or anything like that. It's been on there for 4 or 5 months now. And then you can see here where the collar, where I didn't clean it up real good. It's because I knew anyways I was going to clean these up later on. So I clear coated just over this, didn't want to take them back off. So you can see where it's nice and adhered and where it's not. So as long as you prep your metal right, in my opinion, you can clear coat over the rust once it's cleared up. I mean, by hand, it doesn't even feel that bad. So in my opinion, you can. Some people will tell you can't, but to each their own. Alright, it's getting kind of late, but you can tell the difference in just the collar in general. It really went from a green to more gray, which is what was actually on the car. And I'm putting water on it because that's the biggest... Get out of here, buddy. It's the biggest comparison I can get until it's actually clear coated to see what it'll look like. So this fender was definitely worse than the driver's side. But overall, a lot of because it was pure rust all the way to the back corner here, but you can see it lightened up, and it'll definitely look good with some clear on it. So that's where I'm calling it for the night, and I'll pick back up tomorrow night, try to get some undercoat on it, get it ready for some gray tractor paint on the inside, and hopefully the next day I'll be able to shoot it with clear. So stay tuned. All right, so it's day 2 of working on these fenders. Now tonight I do have a few things to do. Mainly is this old kind of diverter, I guess you can kind of say, for the air to go through the radiator. I'm going to be getting rid of that. Obviously it's rotted and I'm not going to use it, and it doesn't offer really any strength to me because everything else bolts through this bottom bumper. So I'm going to kind of run a cutting wheel up through here, follow this edge all the way around, and then bring it back down through here. Get rid of this, get rid of the original hood latch assembly piece here, and straighten some of this stuff out for me putting it on and off by myself. I've been up a lot of the tabs and everything else. And then once I do that, I'm basically just going to hit it real quick with the wire wheel, knock off any of the loose old undercoating, and then I got a roller to roll the underneath, get it cleaned up, and then I will bring it back down and we'll see. If I think I'm going to have enough time to roll the inside and clear coat it, I will, but if not, I'm going to go ahead and shoot it with clear tonight just so it's nice and ready. So it's definitely not perfect, but nothing really on this car is perfect, and where it needs to be strong, it is still strong. So the back fender supports, top and bottom, and this front core support, which connects the inner fender wells to the main fender assembly because it's all together kind of in one shot, it is all still good. So the supports going through here are all still nice and solid to everything. So I'm not too concerned about, per se, the rust up there. If I was restoring it 100%, I would cut all this out and replace it, but for what I'm doing with the car, I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the camera set up, start cutting some of this out, wire wheeling it, get everything removed that I need removed and get it out of the way, and then we'll start doing some work. All right, so a couple hours later, and you see me get the clear on this. Now, I used the last bit of clear that I had, so I was only able to get 2 coats on it. I tried to make that second coat as heavy as I could with what I had left, and then I did have plans of kind of undercoating this in here, but as I was painting it, I thought it looked really cool with just the original black paint that was left on the inner fenders. So this side over here had a lot of black left. This side over here, not so much. But I just went ahead and with a little bit of clear I had left after doing two coats, I just laid it on here with a single coat just to see how it looked. And I kind of fell in love with the way this all looks with the patina and carried into the inner fenders. So not sure still what I'm going to do yet. I figured once I get it in the car and get it bolted down, I can do work to the inner fender wells and get them cleaned up. But tomorrow I'll probably try to clean these up a little bit, and I'll just put some undercoat on here and here. Same thing on the other side. But overall, I'm happy with the way it turned out. Like I said, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do in here yet, but overall the clear coat laid down nice, which you can tell. I mean, as long as you use soap and water and a scratch pad and you wash it down real good, you shouldn't have any issues out of the clear coat going over top of this stuff, because it's not like you're shooting clear coat directly over non-cleaned rust. It's, if you clean it up, it'll last, and it will last a lot longer than you think, and it won't flake and it won't do nothing stupid as long as you just clean it real nice. So that's what I did here, and it looks like everything's going to lay out nice. The top of the fenders are starting to lay down some, so you can see it's starting to get some reflection in the top. But that's just one of the things I think are super cool about like the patinaed look. I know a lot of people aren't for it, but for me, I just think it's really cool that this car is 70 years old, and however knows, I think it went to the barn in 75 and it didn't come out until 23. So 50 years in a barn. I got a hold of it, I cleaned it up, all this work that I've done to it, and I'm not gonna hide all the self patina I had over 50 years of being in a barn. I think it's a wonderful story, and I think what I'm doing with this car will do it justice from where it was going, because any more time in that barn, there was probably no saving it. So I'm happy with the level of patina that's on it. It's not overwhelming. Once I cleaned it up, it's honestly, it's a really cool thing. So I'm happy with the way everything's turning out, and I think I'm going to close it out for that. So in the next video, you'll see me installing this and starting getting the rest of the wiring together on the inner fender wells and tying everything back together. So we're cruising right along and we're getting super close. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.